Well, hello, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone, depending on where you are. My name is Umar Baharom, and I am the product manager at Standard Imaging. Today, I will talk to you about how to simplify your SBRT and imaging QA for your LINAC with the newly released LUCY ThorX Phantom. So I'll be doing the presentation first, and then of course, if you have any questions, you can freely enter it in the chat. We can address it at the end of the presentation. So at Standard Imaging, we believe that every patient deserves the best possible care during their treatment process. That's why we offer comprehensive QA solutions that monitor image quality and treatment system performance to ensure machine uptime, optimal patient safety, and higher patient throughput. Our end-to-end SBRT QA solutions are designed to keep you up to date with the latest industry standards and recommendations, so you can have the confidence in the care that you provide. We understand that physicists want to improve efficiency and reduce the number of devices they are using for routine QA, and the LUCY ThorX, or just short for ThorX, is a unique and all-in-one Phantom to perform key QA tasks for both CT simulator and your LINAC, from imaging quality monitoring to more complex periodic SBRT QA. So the LUCY ThorX Phantom is a pseudo-anthropomorphic, with a thoracic shape Phantom. It's made mostly from Standard Imaging's virtual water, kind of the brown or maroon material you see there. As you are aware, other Phantoms in the market typically only cover SBRT or image quality QA. So the ThorX was designed to have features to merge end-to-end SBRT and image quality for both the CT simulator as well as your linear accelerator. The Phantom allows for verification of your treatment planning system, for auto contouring, volume measurements, and image transfer. Treatment delivery verification can also be accomplished via inserts and components that accommodate ion chambers, detectors, and film. So these are some of the key components of kind of task groups or recommendations. So it does cover APM TG53 for treatment planning system QA, and also TG66 for CT Sim QA, and TG142 and MPPG 8A for your linear accelerator QA. Also, of course, the Phantom also covers SBRT QA, more specific for that. So this shows the typical workflow of an SBRT patient. In this case, our Phantom, the ThorX. The first step, of course, is to acquire a CT scan of the Phantom, and the CT image set is imported into the TPS so that the targets can be contoured and a treatment plan is created. Lastly, the Phantom is set up on the treatment table, just like a patient. It can then be localized by the image guidance system and SBRT system. And then lastly, you want to verify that. So dose delivery can be verified with ion chamber or film in multiple locations. So who is the ThorX ideal for? Since not all QA tests are done daily, it will be easier to remember and train on how to perform QA tests on a single Phantom versus multiple Phantoms. So it's great for sites that are starting or updating their SBRT program. So instead of using simple water slabs, which lacks visible targets, you now have different targets with known margins and volumes. And the material is also heterogeneous, which is a more robust test for your TPS. For sites with multiple machines, you can standardize your QA across all LINACs and CT simulator. You can create a QA protocol using the ThorX Phantom for the entire department, which increases familiarity and efficiency, especially since some of the QA tests are performed less frequently. Of course, Standard Imaging offers excellent ion chamber and electrometer packages to complete your QA needs. So, with one vendor, you can purchase all the equipment that you need for your QA. So these are some of the tests that can be performed with the thorax. The list is quite extensive, but we'll only touch on a few of the key items today. You can see in the image above, the ThorX Phantom consists of 4 primary sections. They are assembled using some peripheral rods, which are similar to kind of a trabecular bone density. Each section contains objects and structures for the symmetry, mechanical, and imaging QA. And each section can be quickly identified with a number of drilled holes here, as you can see. Each section has drill holes corresponding to the number of section. After the initial CT scan, you can easily scroll through the slices and make note of the slice number for each section for future reference. So it just makes QA quicker. So this may come as a question as well. So the Phantom is assembled as one large body. So even though it has multiple sections, you do receive one Phantom as a full single unit. So it cannot be disassembled by the user. Only the film inserts and the ion chamber plugs are removable. So setup is very easy, using and repeatable using standard pin indexing bar. So with the thorax, you can align the gantry lasers, wall lasers, and ceiling lasers with the imaging plane. You can also verify table position for vertical and longitudinal motion. The double laser lines you can see there provide real quick, visual go no go laser verification. Right, you can easily see if the laser is off center. And also the embedded fiducials inside the Phantom can be used to verify geometric alignment and ensure there are no rotations in pitch, roll, and yaw. So if you do notice rotations, you can investigate the cause of this, whether it's due to a setup error, perhaps there's something wrong with the couch itself, which we have seen in practice. Again, the thorax is all-in-one Phantom, covers all these key features of different Phantoms into one, right? So there's the wheel key Phantom on the bottom there for your laser alignment. There's a very familiar CT Phantom, the cat fan on the top right. And then there's a water Phantom on the top left there. So elements of all these Phantoms are incorporated into one easy-to-use daily QA Phantom, which is a thorax. So using just one Phantom, saves you valuable time necessary for setup, right? You have to set up multiple Phantoms, especially for daily QA and also for training new staff members. So isocenter verification. At the isocenter of the Phantom, as you can see here, there is a 1/4 inch or around 6.3 millimeter ceramic BB, which offers excellent contrast in both KV and MV for your KV-MV matching. There are also engraved circles on all 4 sides. Kind of see there on the CT slice, which is great. It's a highly sensitive test for source to detector alignment during planar imaging. There's also a hidden target test, so offset BB about at 15 millimeters away from the center BB. There is an embedded fiducial. So on the CT console, you can select the offset target as your new isocenter, and then you can drive the external laser to the new position, and then you can verify that all the lasers are aligned to the new mark. For couch movement, there are embedded fiducials on both the inferior and superior ends of the Phantom. That's 200 millimeters apart. And couch movement verification can be done using the external lasers. As you move the couch, just verify that the laser is aligned from the superior end to the inferior end. See the CT image there on the right as well. We also have HU uniformity and constancy in section 1. So of note, the Phantom should be used as a constancy device. So you're just checking machine performance over time after you set the baseline. So the initial HU values are recorded during initial setup and set as the baseline. Then the values are trended over time to ensure that they remain constant and within acceptable range. So if you see that the values are drifting from baseline, this triggers the need for further investigation. In section 3, we have 4 line pairs of high contrast or spatial resolution tests. And then there are also 2 targets embedded here on the right that you could use for MTF analysis. Next, there's a slice thickness verification, which can be done with 2 embedded wires, one is set at 45 degrees. There's also a slice sensitivity profile test here on the right using the copper strips. It's also a feature to do your CT gantry tilt at 5 degrees. So kind of a short version of the procedure. You rotate the CT gantry by 5 degrees, perform your axial CT scan using the smallest slice thickness available, and then program the scan such as the slices through the 0 position. And then you can scroll through all the slices acquired until the top and bottom fiducials are visualized. So, there's the BB at the anterior position of the phantom and then also at the posterior. So you just want to make sure the BBs are aligned with the center fiducial. So there are also orientation markings engraved on the superior and inferior end of the phantom to quickly verify if there are any issues with setup or image reconstruction. You can kind of see here. So this phantom was set up head first. So that's why you can see head first kind of written right side up, well, your standard reading orientation, right? And the rest are not. You can see on the right side is mirrored because phantom was not scanned feet first. So this is very useful, especially to check if there's any flipping between kind of your what you see in your CT as you transfer it to your TPS and record and verify system. Make sure there's no any flipping or mirroring of the images. So APM TG53 for treatment planning system QA also calls for determining the structure volume of irregular shaped objects. In the thorax are embedded kidney and triangle objects, and the targets are made out of water equivalent and the triangle margin is lung material, and the kidney margin is adipose. And the film rod target is acrylic, as you can see there. But yeah, anyways, we do provide the expected volume, so you can verify with your TPS. Do they agree? Do you have any issues with kind of auto contouring of the targets and kind of auto calculation of the volume? So for localization with CBCT, there are pseudo ribs and spine. They're embedded within the phantom. So this is ideal for your localization with your CBCT GRT system, kind of simulating a real patient setup and providing kind of heterogeneous material in the beam path as well. Additionally, setup verification can also be done with surface guided systems, such as LineRT or CRAD. For the symmetry, there are 4 ion chamber cavities, 2 in the kidney target and margin, 1 in the triangle target, and 1 in the film rod insert, positioned just below the film plane there. We provide solid filler plugs which have embedded BBs that match the active volume location of the ion chamber. So you can select one ion chamber type, but you can purchase additional drip plugs if you need it. So with additional detectors, you can measure the dose at multiple locations at the same time for a robust multiple met QA. And our team can work with you to select the ion chamber type and cavity locations. But in general, I suggest that small volume detectors like our XRAD A26 or the W2 scintillator to be used, especially in the kidney target and margin. W2 scintillator is also water equivalent, so you can measure those without perturbation. And we have many happy customers using the product. So again, on the BB, you can see there on the image on the bottom left, all the solid filler plugs have embedded BBs. So you would use this when you do your CT scan. So as you bring it into your treatment plan system to do your plan, you can easily see where the target should be, right? Since it will match the active volume of the ion chamber of detector. And of course, we provide the sleeve as well for for the one detector type for the Phantom. And if you need additional, if you want to use additional ion chamber, then you just have to purchase additional plugs at whatever location you want to use the ion chamber at. So of course, for treatment deliveries with sharp dose fall-off, such as in SBRT, film is the best tool to be utilized for this. For this purpose, we have two film inserts that are included with the thorax. We have the film rod insert on the left there, which has a film plane bisecting a target. The insert can be rotated to capture dose distribution kind of off of the cardinal planes if needed. So you could imagine if you have a multiple match situation where you can, put two targets kind of at a diagonal, so you can just rotate the film to kind of catch that slice. We also have the spine insert that's on the top right. So we have a film plane bisecting 3 pseudovertebrae and spinal cord. So the films are custom cut to fit into the dowel pins for precise location and quick and easy alignment for analysis using film software like Film QA Pro. So the surface of the LUCY thorax can be tracked with SBRT systems and used to test the stability of your surface tracking as the couch is rotated. Because remember, as the couch is rotated, you're not able to do any image guided, right? So you can track this during the course of normal treatment. So this is particularly common for complex SBRT treatment delivery for the non-coplanar deliveries. So you couple this with the small field detectors and film measurements. The LUCY thorax allows the user to link kind of the performance of the SBRT system to the treatment machine, as well as evaluate any potential problem areas. If you are interested in kind of a motion aspect for the Phantom, Standard Imaging offers the respiratory gating platform, which is a 1D motion platform where the platform moves in a supine direction. You can set the thorax Phantom on the platform and select the amplitude and speed of the motion. So we also have a custom RGP Phantom, which is similar here, but it has a ramp. So that adds kind of a vertical component. So you can contact me directly if you would like to learn more about this product. So as you can see, one of the biggest benefit of using the thorax Phantom is that using just one Phantom will save valuable time necessary for routine imaging and SBRT QA. Overall, the thorax is an easy to use, cost-effective, and comprehensive tool for your end-to-end SBRT QA. The pseudo-anthropomorphic features like the thoracic shape, lung, ribs, and spine, coupled with the dosimetry inserts, are ideal for SBRT QA. We have integrated components for simulation, treatment planning, and imaging QA built into one Phantom, which will help reduce the overhead of maintaining multiple devices for your QA needs. So with the LUCY thorax, you can consolidate, simplify, and standardize without sacrificing quality. So that takes me to the end of the presentation for our webinar today. If you have any questions, please go ahead and enter them in the chat. Try to address them right now.
Awesome, thank you, Umar. It looks like we have a couple questions that have come in, and like he said, if you have any others, please just submit them in the chat or that Q&A tab at the top of your screen. First up, does the LUCY thorax Phantom accept custom gas chromatic films specifically designed for use in the Phantom?
Yes, yeah. So the Phantom, you can purchase the thorax with kind of a film kit, which has the films you need custom cut already for the inserts. Yeah, and also the film kit also includes calibration strips as well, which you would need for every film batch. right? So in that kit, you get 5 of the film rod films, and then 5 of the spine insert film, and then 10 calibration strips.
Thank you. Next question, is there documentation online regarding expected volumes and workflow?
Yeah, so in the user manual, it has lists the expected volumes, yes, and workflow. Yeah. Don't know if that's available online. We have to find out about that. But yeah, we do have the user manual does have all the.
Awesome, thank you. And then someone was wondering if it's possible to send the slides out, so can address that with them specifically.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll address that with them.
MR compatible motion accessory.
No, that's not. We don't have that available. So the ThorX Phantom is not MR visible. We don't have any inserts right now with MR visibility. Yeah, so no.
Awesome, thank you. That's all the questions that I'm seeing. So I guess if you have any you quick want to ask, submit those. Otherwise, back to you, Umar.
Yeah, I mean, so thank you so much for taking the time to join the webinar and staying until the end. Like I said, if you have any questions, please let us know. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Yeah. Thank you so much.